And it was a gorgeous day to get out there and watch some baseball. It might have been a little bit hot, especially if you were in the direct sunlight. There is some fog, though, that's re-emerging along our coastal communities. This is our view from on top of the mark. This is looking west towards the coast where, yeah, you can see that thick layer of fog. But this is our view also from on top of the mark, but looking east where you can see a good amount of sunshine. There is a little bit of fog in the distance, but again, that fog is really constrained to our coastal communities, while our inland areas are going to be seeing quite a lot more sunshine. The coast, like San Francisco, mid-60s. It's calm, it is comfortable, a little bit foggy, but overall a really lovely, calm and pleasant evening. Inland areas sitting in the 80s or 70s. Overall, it is nice out there right now, and it is not going to stay this way forever. So that's why I want everybody to appreciate and enjoy this evening. Enjoy the little bit of cloud coverage that we're seeing along our coastal communities, even in San Francisco. That's keeping our temperatures cooler. Inland areas, yes, you're still seeing quite a lot of sunshine, but your temperatures today were mild. They were in the upper 80s. There is going to be a lot of fog that's going to arrive overnight tonight and waking up early tomorrow morning, and that fog might stick around our coastal communities tomorrow afternoon. However, it is not going to keep those high temperatures all too much cooler. Maybe directly along the coast, but still, it's going to be in the low 70s along our coastal communities. Inland areas, you're going to be seeing those high temperatures in the upper 90s for our inland East Bay communities. Even down into the Santa Clara Valley, you'll be in the low 90s along with our North Bay communities. And look at San Francisco. Downtown, we are likely going to be getting to the low 80s. And those of us without air conditioning, that is extremely hot. You better be prepared for it tomorrow. And it's likely going to stick around into Tuesday. Look at Tuesday's high temperatures. It actually only gets hotter across our inland communities, where we are expecting those high temperatures to be hovering right around that triple-digit mark in places like Fairfield and Antioch. Down into the Santa Clara Valley, you could potentially get into the mid to upper 90s. Even our North Bay communities, mid to lower 90s. That is extremely hot for this time of year. Might be a degree or two cooler in San Francisco by the time that we step out Tuesday, but this is going to be a 3-day heat wave that is going to stick around all the way through Wednesday. By Thursday, though, there's something really interesting that I want to show you. There's actually a storm system. There's actually a tropical storm named Mario that is currently swirling down near the Baja Peninsula. And it's this storm system's moisture that's actually going to be heading our way through later this upcoming week. And it's going to be bringing us the cooler weather that's going to arrive on Thursday and into Friday. Really interesting to see, again, that same tropical moisture that's going to be heading up the West Coast, cooling down our temperatures, but also bringing us the chance for dry lightning starting Thursday and into Friday. So cooler temperatures, good. The dry lightning, not great when it comes to that fire danger. That is going to be sticking around through the upcoming week because, again, hotter temperatures this time of year, not great news. But because of the moisture that we saw last week, fire danger is not as high as it could be for this time of year. Again, staying in the mid to upper 90s through Wednesday. That big cool down along with the chance for some dry lightning arrives on Thursday from that tropical system, and staying in the mid to lower 80s through the weekend of weather next week. Again, there is going to be some ups and downs, but it's the next 3 days that we are all going to have to brave when it comes to the heat. And those of us without air conditioning, especially if you live along the coast, mid 70s with a good amount of sunshine, that is extremely hot. So again, I want you all to be prepared for the heat that's going to stick around through the midweek, but it's not going to stick around much later than Wednesday.